I'll never forget, 2 o'clock in the morning, doing Maximum Overdrive in the Dixie Boy Diner, which was a real diner we actually built. It was loaded with explosives. And I'm up on top of a crane, the wind is blowing, and the thing's rocking from side to side. I get to call action, and the whole place blew up, and we blew out windows 4 miles away. And that was a great moment. You don't get to do that in real life very often.
Do you have the desire to direct again? You did Maximum Overdrive, and I would love to see it happen because you seem to have such a good understanding of film.
I did a bad job with Maximum Overdrive because I was not able to study filmmaking the way that I'd been able to study screenwriting, so that I had some ideas about what to do, but I didn't have the advantage of having been to a film school or worked with films, at a lesser level so that I could see the process. You see actors who will be in a lot of episodes of a show, and then you'll see their credit as director. Well, at that point, they know pretty well what to do because they could direct the things themselves, so it's normal that eventually they would. But with Maximum Overdrive, first of all, it was a little bit tough because the film crew didn't speak English. They were all Italian. We had one guy who was supposed to translate, but he wasn't very good at it either. So the guy who taught me the most, God bless his heart, was Pat Hingle. Pat Hingle was the guy who taught me, okay, what we're going to do is a master and 2 cutaways. And he was the one who explained to me about, you're going to shoot over the shoulder, you get the perspective, and then you're going to shoot you're going to do a turnaround, and you're going to do the other one, and then you're going to do the master in whatever thing. And he said to me, and by the way, you'll get more out of the actors when they aren't close than you will on the master. And he was also the one who taught me. He had one scene in his office. He played the Dixie Boys owner, and there was a scene where we had a track, okay, and the camera was on a track, and he was talking to his minion, this young chubby guy, and the camera is moving along the track with Pat, and Pat had a lot to say about the guns that were and where they were and everything. It was a lot of basic exposition, and he did a pretty good job, but he flopped about halfway through. And I was ready to take it all the way back to the beginning of the track. And he said, no, you can just do a pickup. And I said, what's that? And he said, well, you're going to have cutaways to the other actor, right? I said, yeah. He said, so we'll do a pickup. We'll move back a little bit, and I'll pick it up from the middle of the thing. And I went, oh, my God, you can do that? So that was like part of it.
Well, learning the language of making movies that you edit, you can do pieces of time, as Peter Bogdanovich calls it.
Oh, yeah, there are a lot of things you can do. One of the great things about movies is nobody ever has to do the dishes, because you cut away from that and you just go to the living room when Dad comes in with, drying his hands on the dish towel. That's the great thing about movies. There are no chores. Nobody ever has to take a shit. Nobody ever has to pee. Well, every now and then nowadays, somebody does have to do things. In fact, in Maximum Overdrive, there is a guy taking a shit. It seems he's in one of the stalls. As he's talking to him.
Also, Pat Hingle was in The Shining as well, our miniseries version, and was amazing in it. And at first, he was very grumpy. He came out twice for the shoot. And then I think he went home and saw The Stand and came back and suddenly couldn't have been nicer. He loved The Stand so much. I think it opened his eyes up to what we were trying to do.
I thought he was a great guy, and I did learn a lot. So in answer to your question, going back to it, would I do it again? Yes, I would. With what I know now, I think that I could do a fairly adequate job. On the other hand, I'm really busy and I'm getting old. So probably.
Well, there was a time where we came close to you directing and me producing Gerald's Game, which would have been amazing.
But Mike Flanagan did a great job. You couldn't have.
He did. He did.